Hello, my name is Jim Olson, and this is a video in the series Fun Math Challenges for Kids. My website is math260.drjimo.net. Today we're going to be doing problem solving. I have 3 problems for us to look at. I'm going to do the first one on this video, and I'm going to let you try the second and third ones yourselves. The problems can be found in the description of the video and on the website. What is problem solving? Problem solving is a situation that you haven't seen before and no one has shown you how to solve it. A simple way to think about it is figuring out something to do when you don't know what to do. Another definition of problem solving is examining the question to find the key ideas, choosing an appropriate strategy, doing the math to find the answer or answers, and then looking back at the problem. We're going to be using a problem-solving process on all problems, but let's first of all pull up the problems themselves. So we're going to jump over to the website. Here we are at the area for kids. And I'm going to jump down to number 9. The area for kids, number 9, and this is on problem solving. And right here is a link to the Google Doc, and right here is a link to the PDF. And the PDF can be downloaded and printed. These are the 3 problems today. On every problem, we can use the problem solving process. It's 4 steps. What's the first step? The first step is, of course, understand the problem. It's very important to thoroughly understand the problem before you move on. Step 2 is to make a plan. Select a strategy. The strategy that's used on different problems will probably be different. Then it's the Nike step. Just do it. You use your strategy, your plan, to try to solve the problem. Now, of course, if it doesn't work, you might go back and understand the problem a little better or pick a different strategy. After you get your answer, the important thing to do is to look back and extend. Look back at the problem and see what you learned from it. We'll be talking more about these steps as we move along. Let's solve the first problem, the Tom and Barb's money problem. So I'm going to take a look at the PDF here. And I'm going to jump over to a camera so that I can write out the answer. So I'm going to pause this and jump over to the camera. So let's read our problem. Tom and Barb's money. Tom and Barb have only nickels and dimes. Barb has 75 cents and Tom has 90 cents. They both have the same number of coins. Tom has the same number of dimes as Barb has nickels. How many nickels does Barb have? So our first step in problem solving is to understand the problem. And sometimes it's a good idea to ask some basic questions, some easy questions. So we've got 2 people, Tom and Barb. They have some money, and it's made up of nickels and dimes. And they both have the same number of coins. So they might both have 5 coins, for example. In understanding the problem, we might want to do a possibility of how you would get 75 cents with nickels and dimes. I'll let you pause the video and do that. Ultimately, we probably want to figure out how many nickels and dimes Tom has and how many nickels and dimes Barb has. And then the answer that we will report is how many nickels Barb has. If you would like to pause the video and understand this problem a little bit more, or even try to solve it yourself, go ahead. Our second step in problem solving is to make a plan. I'm going to use what's called systematic guess and check. Guess and check is like trial and error, and that's a good idea, but sometimes you can go about it systematically. I'm going to make a table here. So on the left, I'm going to have Tom's money, and on the right, I'm going to have Barb's money. And underneath here, I'm going to remind myself that this is 90 cents and 75 cents. And I'm going to put the dimes listed first and the nickels second, dimes first, nickels second. When you're doing problem solving, you make your own notation and figure out your own way of doing it. This next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to start with the extreme case. The extreme case for Tom would be that he has all dimes. So he has 9 dimes and 0 nickels. Now that's probably not going to be the answer, but in systematics, guess and check, you want to start somewhere and then proceed from that. This would mean that Barb has 9 nickels. So calculate how many dimes Barb has. Well, 9 nickels would be 45 cents. So Barb needs another 30 cents. So she's going to need 3 dimes in order to make 75 cents. Unfortunately, this is not correct because Tom has 9 coins and Barb has 12 coins. So now we're going to have Tom have 8 dimes, 1 less, and he's going to need 2 nickels to make 90 cents. If we put 8 nickels over here, we run into a problem right away. It's a good problem because it's going to lead us to the answer. This is 40 cents. And there's no way that I can just add dimes to get up to 75 cents. So this is not going to work. It turns out that the number of nickels that Barb has here has to be an odd number so that the answer ends in 5. The next one is going to be 7 dimes for Tom. You might pause the video and see if you can complete the chart. If Tom has 7 dimes, he still needs 20 cents. So he's going to need 4 nickels in order to get 90 cents. The number of nickels for Barb is also 7. So 7 times 5 is 35 cents. And we need another 40 cents to get 75 cents. So here we go, 4 dimes, and this looks like our answer. There's 11 coins here and 11 coins here. So our answer here is Barb has 7 nickels, and we did answer the question. Step 4 is look back and extend. So I want to make sure that I am answering the question that was asked. We can check our answer to make sure that it satisfies all the given conditions. And we might notice some things here. One of the things we noticed is that the number of nickels over here has to be an odd number. And so it cannot be an even number. Let's see if we can figure out a pattern here. We started out with 9 dimes for Tom, and Tom had too few coins compared to Barb. And then we progressed to the point where they had the same number of coins, 11. Let's continue the pattern. Well, first of all, we know that we can't have 6 dimes here for Tom because we can't have an even number of dimes on this side, which would cause an even number of nickels on this side. So let's say we had 5 dimes on this side, which means there's going to be 5 nickels on this side. And over here on the left, we would need to have 8 nickels in order to get 90 cents. And over here, if we have 5 nickels, that's going to require 5 dimes, 50 cents plus 25 cents. Let's see how many coins we have here. The number of coins on the left is 13 coins. And on the right, I have 10 coins. This makes sense. We started out with Tom having too few coins. Here, the number of coins are equal, and now Tom has too many coins, and the pattern would continue. Maybe one last comment I'll make in the look back and extend is that it makes sense that Tom would have more than half of his coins be dimes and Barb have more than half of her coins be nickels because Tom has more money and dimes are worth more than nickels. So I've provided you 2 more questions to try to solve here: the double card surprise problem and the marbles problem. Let's look at a few quick takeaways from the Tom and Barb's money problem that we solved. We use the 4-step problem-solving process on all problems. Systematic guess and check can be a good strategy. And starting with the extreme case of all dimes and no nickels, for example, can be useful. So I'd like you to try these 2 problems on the handout. You will be using the same 4-step general process on all the problems. However, the actual strategy that you will use will probably be different. So therefore, be creative. Figure out your own way to do it. You can share your solutions to the problems in the comments area of the website. So let's take a look at the website. Here's the website again with the link to the problems and the video. And right down here is the comments. Now, if you're a student, you need to get permission from your parents to post here, but you can share your solutions, ideas, and questions here in the comments area. My name is Jim Olson. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I encourage you to do some problem solving. Have a great day.